Paula, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, Hannah, welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Oh my gosh, my absolute pleasure. Okay, so I've just been dying to share this with you. So I scrolled all the way back up to our first message. And do you know that it's been almost a year to this day, or 4 years to this date, that we first connected on social media?
That's crazy to think about. Yeah.
4 years, and it was you had shared one of your reading lists, and I had realized that I had just recently read every single one of the books that you had on your reading list. I'm like, who is this chick? Like, we think the same. I need to connect with her. And you were a designer. I think you had been in business for a year at that time. You were a beautiful designer. I'm like, oh my gosh, I must know her. And I reached out to you, and we have been internet friends for 4 years now, and you have been in my corner. You have supported me. I've been your client. You've been my client. We've seen each other evolve over the past 4 years. So I'm just so excited to have you on here. It's really special to me.
Thank you. It is special to me too. It's crazy how long we've known each other and how we connected. I was also trying to think about the day and the time when we connected, but I didn't have the time to scroll all the way up. And I was like, it must have been, 2019. I thought it was fall 2019, so around that time. I remember exactly where I was back then, and the period of my life, the season of my life that they were in when I met you, which was incredible.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think it was September 19th. So we're almost there. Yeah.
Almost there. Yeah. 4th year anniversary.
I know. We have to celebrate our anniversary on the 19th.
We are celebrating today.
So true. So true. You know what? If I plan it correctly, this could launch on the 19th. So we've seen each other evolve. Where were you? You remember where you were at that time?
Absolutely, yes.
What's changed?
Everything has changed. Yeah, I was going through this huge transformation in my life and business. I remember my first client stopped paying me and disappeared. And at the same time, I ruined my laptop because I spilled the liquid on it. And at that time, I was really struggling to decide even what do I want to do next. Do I want to continue on that path and obviously switch something, or do I just need to stop and get a job? And I remember, with the help of my family members, I got a new laptop and I was just full on the marketing train of I can do it. It was a time when I did my very first Instagram live back 4 years ago. And from there, everything really evolved because I rebranded again, and it felt really good. And I met people like you, created this beautiful community on my Instagram. So it feels like a full circle moment.
I feel like I've noticed a pattern. This is a really beautiful example of there's almost this crossroads that happens a lot of times when you're really saying yes to something that's unconventional, or the path that not everybody's taking, or that the path that requires you to so fully trust yourself. And to a lot of times being at that crossroads is it feels like things are everything's going wrong. Or you're really being challenged, or you're really having to question, is this what I really want? And it sounds like you decided, yes, despite all these challenges, this is what I want. I think a lot of people feel that often. I know that I have. How do you think you knew, okay, this is not the time to give up. I'm going to lean in.
That's a really great question. I think I really felt that desire to create something that is my own, to put my vision and develop it further. So it feels like there were a lot of people around me who would question, why do I want to still do it if those challenges are arising, and is that making sense? Or maybe you should just stop. This is difficult. And I decided that now I'm going to prove myself that even though it is difficult and it feels challenging, I can get through it. So I can move through it and get stronger and learn and grow. And I was always very eager to grow and learn. And I think that this has really helped me put just one step forward and then another one, because I did have a vision and I still do. I always wanted to help women, and my mission and my vision were just too strong for me to let go of that easily.
Oof. Oh, that's powerful. It's like a feeling. It's
It
like a
is.
feeling you can't shake off. Like that you have to see through. And a quote that I really love is, I don't know the exact quote, but choose your hard. Choose your hard. Like, it's going to be hard if you are working at a job that you know you don't love, or you're investing your time into something that's not yours. It's going to be really hard to build your own business. Choose your hard. And it's like you chose your hard, and there's so much like fulfillment and satisfaction that comes from that. It's like that's the hard that I'm totally okay with moving
Yeah.
through. I'm okay with the days where I just want to cry. and I'm okay with the days where I want to burn it all down, and then I take a breath. I'm like, okay, we're good. We're right on track, because you can't ignore that pull. You can't ignore the vision.
You can't. I mean, you can, but that vision is going to keep coming back to you, and you're going to be shown so many times that you can do this. And even if you, for a minute or two, drive on a different road, then you realize you're always meant to do this. In one way or another, your mission is not really going to change. It's going to slightly evolve, but then at the end of the day, you're going to go back on the path. And probably that's the only path that can bring you fulfillment. And that's the only path when you can really feel this is it. And it's going to evolve with you. And you're going to grow through it. You're going to develop new skills, meet new people, maybe scale. But it was put on your heart for a reason. So I do resonate with that quote that you mentioned too. Yeah, it's all about following your heart and doing that with commitment and accepting all the days when you actually need to cry because it's hard.
Oh my gosh. Amen to that. I feel that so deeply, that that path of you always knew, like you're always going to come back to it. And it's like, oh, that is so powerful to understand and to see. If I could like go back and tell myself, the self that you met 4 years ago, like, you're always going to come back to this path, I think that I would trust myself even more. I would lean in even more. And every path is perfect, and it's not going to be like totally linear, but that is such a truth that I live by, that you will keep coming back to the thing that you knew was always calling you. So this idea of like, oh, I don't know what to do, or should I do this, or should I go after my dream, or should I start that business? It's like, you know exactly what to do. And like, the clarity is there. You know what to do. You know what you want to do. It's how long are you going to keep doubting and questioning that? That is such an important point. So you've been evolving your vision for the past 4 years. You've been in this industry of like coaching and entrepreneurship, and I've seen you just work with incredible clients, and your work has evolved. Like, what have you noticed being in this industry for so long? Like, are there anything that stands out that you want to bring attention to?
That is a really great question, because as you said, I worked with a lot of incredible clients, and also with clients who are just starting their businesses from scratch. And what I feel is that this industry has definitely evolved a lot, and it's growing, and it's going to grow. So at the beginning, I always thought, oh, maybe this is just a fluke. Maybe this is not going to be popular, like never. But what I've noticed is that this industry is so needed. All of the mentors, coaches, and healers are always going to be needed. And therefore, every single woman who wants to be in this industry, who wants to be in this business, can do that and should never doubt whether there is space, whether there is competition, whether there are people who are already doing it long enough or longer than she is, simply because this is the revolution that we're a part of, and we need to train, we need to develop skills and help one another to be able to go through that. I think it's just the beginning, that's what I feel. I love that industry, even though it's challenging, it's shifting, it's growing. There are patterns that definitely need to be addressed. There are things that are definitely not resonant with what I believe in anymore. But in some ways, it shaped me and it allowed me to see through that veil of, oh, I know how to recognize the truth. I know how that feels. I know how it looks like. I know when to say no. I know when to say yes. And I know when to say that's enough. And I wish every single woman had the opportunity to develop that awareness and discernment through their own experience.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The level of awareness that you develop being not only an entrepreneur and so would you say you focus on the coaches, the healers, the guides, the thought leaders? That's kind of your space. That's your client base.
Yes, mentors, coaches,
Yeah.
healers, entrepreneurs, but of course there were also millionaires who were doing that for a long time, and there were people who were just starting out, and the gifts they were given, and there was a lot of scarcity and fear when they were just starting out, or there was so much certainty on the other side of some transformations. So I'm really grateful that I got to experience all of that, because I also got to really learn from their experience and heal with them. And like seeing and learning through all of these modalities really gives me this big picture into what is possible, what we're capable of, and how many different ways there are to achieve what you want. You can really heal in so many different ways, and there's never one solution to a problem. There are plenty.
Oh, that's so powerful. Do you think you realized that that was going to be the byproduct of you deciding years ago that you wanted to be a web designer? That, oh, by the way, I'm also going to go through this like total awakening and healing journey at the same time.
No, absolutely. I don't know if I would be ready for that or up for that, to be honest. But I feel that me starting my business has been a spiritual awakening in a way. And I'm deeply grateful for that. I am. It's been challenging, filled with ups and downs, but the growth and the skills that I've acquired are here to stay. And it's so funny because my grandma always says, and she always encourages me to go back to college because I'm the dropout. And that was a hindrance. I really was ashamed of that at the beginning of my journey. And my family always wanted me to go back to the university. She always refers to the fact that maybe one day you're going to need that paper. And that's when I think, yeah, but I do have so many other skills that not a single paper or document can ever give me that. It's such a huge confidence that I've gained that I really don't need a university degree or college degree to feel that way. So I think that throughout that journey, what really stood out for me is the confidence that I can figure it out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, just to touch on what you said about like, is this industry here to stay? It's also proven itself. I think not only the coaching space, but just being a creator is now, it was something that was really, it was eye roll, maybe even just like a few years ago. But through the pandemic, where more and more people were quitting their jobs or starting businesses or connecting with people online, it's like we have proven that we're here to stay. There is a creator economy. There is more opportunity than ever if you have an idea for you to go out there and find the right people and find the right resources and share your message, that it's a lot more normalized, I think, to not have that piece of paper anymore, or to not, there's more like understanding and respect to choosing this path that is maybe not quite the traditional academic path, but the life experience path, the leading a vision, the leading a business, a company, a team vision, which
Absolutely.
it's here, and it's here to stay. And it has been really beautiful to see it be validated more and more. And of course, there's always going to be like the bad apples in any industry, or it's a new world, it's a new industry. So we're all figuring this out together. But I just feel like I see the people that are really standing out. It's not just about like vanity metrics and how big are you on social media, but the people who are really staying true to themselves, and who are being vulnerable, are being creative, or being their weird like selves, or just letting themselves be who they really are. And that definitely is a path that a lot of times requires healing, requires, okay, where am I trying to fit into this box of even the coaching industry or the as an entrepreneur, and what do I really bring to the table? That's really where I've been seeing like people who are still here and are still growing, are just kind of really staying true to themselves. So yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's a beautiful industry. So has the way that you've worked with clients, or your approach to design, to web design, has that evolved throughout the past few years, and how? I'd be curious.
Yes, actually, it has evolved a lot. And it's due to all the experience that I've gained and all the clients that I had the privilege to work with, because I identified what clients really need. There were a lot of times where clients would come to me saying, I need a website, I need a brand design. But in fact, that was not what I needed. And that was exactly when I was able to notice that my business doesn't always need to be only design. I can also see through what people really need and give them that. So thanks to that, my business evolved a lot, because I not only offer the one-to-ones, brand and web design, brand strategy, which obviously I still do, but also I launched my own signature program called Rooted, where I teach aspiring women entrepreneurs how to build a solid foundation for their business to thrive on. And that came to me when I realized that not every single client needs to have a website to start with. And in fact, that I do not recommend for clients who are not ready to have a website yet to invest their time and money into creating or having the website designed, simply because there are so many other foundational pieces to running a business that the website can't never give them. And I am very thankful for that, because I met incredible clients who needed that. And that really helped me build my offer suite and my business model so that I can serve women on all levels, which I wasn't able to do when I just started, and when I was just offering one-to-one web design and brand strategy and brand design. So my business has changed a lot, and it's still evolving, but the foundation and the pieces that were always guiding me here are still here. I still love empowering women in business, and everything that I do is under the same umbrella.
How do you know you're ready? How do you know you're ready for a website?
That's a really great question. So you can feel it in your body. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. And you need to realize that it's a huge investment of your time and energy and money. And that when you're just starting out, you probably don't need a website. And you don't need a website because you don't have your offers nailed yet. You don't know what your mission is, what your values are, who the clients that you want to reach are. And that's why I believe that you should first get into business. So get clients, work with them, learn from them, establish whether what you're trying to do is working or not. And based on that, based on all of those conversations, based on all of the knowledge that you gain from just speaking to people who need your services, you can decide whether this is it. And if it is, you can use all of that to infuse into your brand strategy and into your messaging. Without that, your website is going to be just empty. You're going to try to speak to people who you don't even know. And I would say that people don't realize how important website copy is in the website design process. And that's what also makes this process so difficult for some and slow for some, because of course, the minute you start working with a web designer, they're going to ask for your website copy. And they can help you kind of gather the information, but they're not your copywriter. And obviously, if you have a bigger budget and you've been in business for a while, then definitely can hire it out, and you can hire people to help you with that. But at the very beginning, if you don't know who you're speaking to, you don't really want to invest or can't invest yet in the copywriting services, then this process is going to feel like you're birthing something, but it can kill you in the meantime. So that's how it feels. So to me, I would say that if you're just starting out, you don't need a business. You don't need a website to start a business. Website is a very powerful marketing tool that I love utilizing for automation. It is your online home that you can host all of your workshops, even programs on, depending of course on the platform that's of your choice, and it can really help you save a lot of time. But at the beginning, you really have a lot of time, and I think you should focus that energy and utilize that time to get to know the clients that you want to serve and to develop your offer suite, or at least one offer, so that you have something to send people to, so that you have something to put on your website actually, and take it from there.
This is so important. This is so important. Definitely, I see a lot of people spending their time and energy on trying to develop the website right off the bat, because there's this idea of, well, I won't look credible if I don't have one right off the bat, or I need to because other people that are successful already, they have a website, I need a website. Just all of these ideas around needing it to do that right away. I also think that it can be a way to like stop you from doing the like hard things in the beginning, which is like getting in there in the arena, talking to people, working with people. Like, oh, I can't, my website's not ready. Like I've definitely seen that a lot. So this is a really important conversation. And then on the flip side of that, it's like, okay, if you've been working with clients and you do have your offer suite, and you do know like your core messaging, knowing when it's time to pull the trigger on the website and do it right, and do it with a professional, and do it with someone who can really portray the vision that you have. That was something that, oh my gosh, you're so great at when we work together. I had a vision, and you are also really connected to like the deeper work. And I think that might have really played into your ability to really feel into what I wanted to create. But what I was also surprised with was your, not even surprised, I should have expected it, but your just like in-depth knowledge of strategy, and you thinking not just about like just the website design, but like how is this actually going to serve the client, the potential client? How is this going to serve your business goals, how you want to evolve? Like you were bringing so much more into it that even I don't know if I was fully even prepared for in that moment. So it's, yeah, I think there's that moment of, okay, it's time for me to get serious about my business and to create this website and to really get my automations in place and have my customer journey, my offer suite laid out, have my copy clear, go get that brand photo shoot. Like, yes, do it. It's not only like fabulous for your online presence, but it's like, I always say that brand photo shoots are like a spiritual journey in themselves, where you really get to embody like who you are stepping into, and you get to embody the vision. But yeah, there's a time when it's time to just go for it. So would you say that's more so when you've been working with the clients and you really know what you're doing and you have the offer suite, that's when they need to reach out to someone like you?
Yes, when they feel that not having a website is slowing down their growth, obviously. And as you said, there are so many pieces when it comes to the strategy of your website that are going to help you grow and help you think about the future. Because obviously, we're not only designing and creating your website and brand strategy and website strategy for today, your website is going to evolve with you as you grow. And we have to consider that. So definitely, we have to nail your website goals for today, but having in mind that your website goal can change in 3 months. So we can already prepare the layout for that. We can already prepare the extra pages to be able to really have it ready for the time when you're ready to launch it. So it's more about thinking about the future of your business and how you want to grow it, how you want to evolve it, and creating the tools and the automation that is going to support you as you do that. Because obviously when you grow, you don't consider, when you have a lot of time, because you don't have a lot of clients, you think it's always going to be that way. But then when you have a lot of clients, you don't realize early on that you're not going to have all the time to create the automations that you're going to need in 3 to 6 months from now. So the earlier you can focus your time and energy on that and to make that decisions, that's going to really help you set up some powerful marketing funnels that are always going to lead back to your website and that are going to help you grow kind of on autopilot. So your content can be hosted on your website, not only on social media, where obviously it's not yours forever. So yeah, as you said, there's a lot of strategy that goes into that, and there are a lot of decisions that you have to make, and it's better to make them early on when your vision is clear, knowing that it's going to evolve and that you can always change it. I think the biggest piece when designing a website is that it's not always going to stay the same. It's not always going to look the same. You are the owner of that website, and you can always change it as you evolve, as you grow, as your business evolves. So that's something that I always remind my clients of, because otherwise the creation process can take forever.
Yeah. I think that's so helpful for people who are listening. They're like, okay, when is time? When do I need to invest in this? And, once you have that website, then you're able to track your analytics and really understand the people who are really invested in you, who want to spend time outside of the platforms in your home base, understand them even more. Like there's just so many benefits to it. So for the person who's like, okay, well, I don't think I'm quite ready for this, what pieces do they need to start to gather so they can be prepared for this step?
That's a really great question. So I think that writing down what is so similar and what are your clients' desires and struggles that they come to you with is really beneficial to have a file where you can always come back to and understand what is your client language. So you can basically infuse your client language without doing any market research, simply by listening and writing down what your clients are telling you, what they are telling you that they need, what are their desires, what are their fears. So gathering that is always a really beneficial step for you to start writing your website copy. Then, as you said, when it comes to the visual part, you do want to think about having a website photo shoot, but if you also plan to invest in brand identity design, then definitely wait for that, because your photo shoot should also be aligned and cohesive with the new brand identity that you're going to develop with your designer. So I wouldn't hurry or be in a stress. I would really trust myself when it comes to that. When you feel that you have all of the pieces and that you are ready, then it's time to just do it. That's what I would say. There is no huge strategy to when should I really invest, other than I need my time back. And I also want my clients to have a brilliant experience. Websites are also about having an incredible platform that is your own, that is branded as your own tool, to also host pages like your welcome page, your offboarding page for the clients who just finished working with you. You can also host your courses, your freebies on your website, so that everything that you offer, whether it's free or paid for, is leading your clients back to your website. So they're constantly looping back to your website. And if you are adding new content or changing things on your website, this is going to be your huge asset, because you don't need to direct them to your website. You have this natural flow of traffic to your website, and everything is there in one place. And social media is great to start with. I think that you can definitely build beautiful connections and relationships, and you can definitely get first clients there. And after a while, you're going to find yourself answering the same questions over and over again. And that's when you should get a website. When you find yourself that in a moment when people keep asking you the same questions and you don't have a database to send them to, which should actually be your website, then that's a sign I should probably get a website and write down everything that I know, that I believe in, so that I don't have to repeat myself. I can just send people to my website and this question is answered. And because my website is strategic, they can then find more information about me answering that question, and they can find my offer where I go even deeper into answering that question, and maybe they can sign up to join my email list. And after this 5 email sequence, they're going to purchase my evergreen course, for example. And that's how you automate your business. That's how it works for you. And that's how you can also free up time to create new offers, to create content, and to connect with even more people. So it's always strategic.
Okay, we just gave a mini course, so no excuses. No, seriously. This is like, can you imagine just the support of having this in your business, and the confidence that it would give you to be seen, to go out there and really get on other people's podcasts, or be published in publication. Just the confidence to put yourself out there in a bigger way, because you know that you have somewhere that you can send people that tells the whole story of who you are, what you do, that also guides them through your customer journey. It's just unbelievably supportive. And then it frees you up as a business owner to be in your zone of genius, to be in the fun part, which is sharing your work and connecting with people, creating content if that's what you love. It allows you the time and the space to be in to do the things that you do best, because you have that like support system underneath you. So just
Absolutely.
so powerful, so powerful.
And your website could also be your very first employee, because when you think about it, you would usually hire a VA or extra help to help you with answering emails or answering questions. When in fact, when you have all the resources gathered in one place, you don't need a VA maybe that early. You can invest that in other places you can either invest in yourself or in your business, and you still free up a lot of your time. So you can teach, grow, evolve, and focus on your zone of genius, as you said.
Ooh, so good. So powerful. I'm curious your thoughts on AI, and how has AI, this whole movement, since ChatGPT was launched, has it changed your workflow at all? Do you see it changing the web design industry? Do you have any thoughts about AI and how it's going to impact this?
I can see that it actually helps people to get clear on what they want and what they need. It's never going to do the work for them. And I've seen people trying to test their messaging with ChatGPT and just learn through that. But I feel that if you want to create something really authentic, ChatGPT is not really going to help you with that, because ChatGPT doesn't know what's on your heart. It doesn't know your mission, your vision, and it's never going to create something with soul in a way that you can. That's not to say that it's not useful, because obviously when you are struggling with creating content, you can definitely get a little bit of help and then add on top of that. I'm not sure if it's going to impact the industry a lot. If that's going to help people, I'm all in for that. I don't feel any competition in the industry, or I don't feel threatened by AI or ChatGPT. If ChatGPT is going to help more women create the businesses and therefore the life of their dreams, I am so happy to hear that. How that's going to evolve, I don't know. And I'm not really growing into these areas, because I'm trying to listening to my own heart and my own compass more than ever before. Therefore, I'm not really focusing on AI, and I don't really need it, because I've been doing that for such a long time that the strategies come effortlessly to me, and they're based on data and analytics that I've seen working for my clients, working in this industry. And I no longer have to question my decisions. I would never go to question my decisions or asking, ChatGPT to help me with something that I innately just know because of the experience that I have. But I'm not against it. If you feel that it's helping you grow, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really important. If it's supporting you, if it's helping you to evoke some creativity, sure, but nothing can replace what's on your heart. Nothing can replace a person, a human designer like you that has all of these years of experience under your belt. Sure, there may be like tools that AI website generation and design and Midjourney and all these ways to create new images and websites, but that's one piece of the puzzle of working with someone who understands your business goals, who understands why you're creating the design or the template of the user experience that you are designing on that web page. They're going to know the human, they're going to know your messaging. There's just, you can't replace that element of it. It is interesting to see all of the like design tools. I myself have fun with Midjourney. I haven't used any of my Midjourney images for actual promotions or in my brand. Like have fun with it. But you can't replace working with someone one-on-one who knows the holistic picture of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a good.
And I think,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry. I think I remember an article that there was a person who asked ChatGPT about what ChatGPT is really missing. And ChatGPT answered one of the things that is missing is empathy. And building or running or growing or trying to build a foundation of a business without empathy, it's going to be really difficult. I mean, everything you do in your business, if you do it for people, if you're in this industry, you need empathy to connect with people.
It's relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Empathy and relationships. So if you can't get that from ChatGPT, you should really hone that skill yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And focus on that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Learning what it's for and learning what it's not for.
Yes.
Like that, it cannot, it's not human. That's what the empathy is, what makes us human. It's what evokes a feeling, and your brand is that more intangible feeling that you leave with people, and
also what sells,
and what sells,
yeah,
and like win-win, make people feel good and make money at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's definitely spaces in which I'm playing around with how it can help with organization and more of the virtual assistant type task. And yeah, but it's never going to replace actual relationship building and working with someone one-on-one to collaborate and bring your vision to life, whether it's a website or a business or whatever that is. There's just so many parts of being human, of being empathetic, of truly understanding what your clients need that absolutely cannot be replaced. So yeah, I love your perspective on that.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that there are so many new tools and possibilities for people to realize that they can do it. And when they are empowered and inspired because they gain the momentum to be able to start creating something that just comes to them, because they finally, after having all the momentum, they don't need ChatGPT anymore. They just listen to the source or whatever they believe in, and they create their best work based on that momentum. And if ChatGPT can help with that, I think that's an incredible move forward. And I'm here for it. I really want to see women succeed and women, feel freedom in whatever they do so that they can be fulfilled in their lives and in their businesses. And there are many ways, as I said at the beginning, to solve a problem and create something. And that's one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many tools. It's like there really are no excuses anymore. If you have an idea, if you want to build a business, there's so many tools out there. There's so many people out there, technology, people, community. There's really no reason not to. Is there anything else as we wrap up that you feel like you want to share?
I think on the topic, I just wanted to share that so often I've seen specifically my clients learning new strategies or using new tools only because they didn't trust their own gifts enough to use them. And I've seen that in healers, mentors, and coaches, and people who are very spiritually connected, but for some reason they were looking for an external pieces to make their businesses work. And for me, I will always give them the advice to use your own gift to create exactly what you want. You have the toolkit of all the strategies and all the tools that are going to help you, but in the end, it is exactly your gift that is going to help you create exactly what you want. And that's the breakthrough for a lot of my clients, and probably for some people listening, that you don't need so many external tools, strategies, things, people helping you, because what you've been born with and the gift that you already have in your heart and in your soul is here to really lead the way, to be your northern star. So don't ever forget that, because so often we do, and then we wake up one day realizing, wait, but I do have that gift. Why don't I use it to achieve and create what I want? So yeah, don't ever forget that.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I know somebody just had a breakthrough listening to that. They're like, I'm done. I'm going to trust myself. You are the toolkit. You are the toolkit. You have everything that you need. And from there, then what are you inspired to use, create, and build? Yeah. Oh, so powerful. This has been incredible. This has been so great, so insightful. Where can we find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, you can find me obviously on my website, www.paulahalesstudio.com, and also on Instagram. I'm also on Pinterest. So these are my two favorite platforms that I love. You can always DM me and chat to me on Instagram. That's where I hang out the most. So yeah, I'm excited to get to know all of you.
I will link you in the show notes below. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Paula.
Yeah, thank you, Hannah, for creating that opportunity and chatting again and being connected. It's been a privilege, and I love how our journey has evolved and how we always felt somehow connected on that path. So thank you so much.
So grateful to be connected to you.
Yay.